Chosen one, listen closely. This moment is not ordinary. This message is not random. You did not stumble here by chance. You were led, guided by unseen hands, because what you are about to hear carries the weight of heaven's voice for your life. There are no coincidences in the realm of the Spirit. If these words have found you, it is because God Himself has marked you for something greater. And He wants you to know that the attacks you've faced were never meant to break you. They were the test that proved your strength. You've walked through storms that others couldn't endure. You've endured battles that no one else even saw. The nights of weeping, the silent prayers, the questions you whispered in the dark, none of it went unnoticed. Heaven recorded every tear, every groan, every cry of your soul. And while the enemy thought those attacks would crush you, God allowed them only because He knew they would shape you. You are stronger than you realize. You are more resilient than you give yourself credit for. And right now, as you listen, there is a shift taking place in your spirit. This is not a message for the masses. This is not a casual word. This is a prophetic summons, a divine reminder, a holy confirmation for you, the one chosen to carry a unique calling. You've wondered why your road was so narrow, why your opposition so intense, why your heart so heavy at times. It is because the weight of your destiny is greater than what most could bear. The attacks were evidence not of weakness, but of worth. The very fact that darkness came so fiercely against you is proof of the light you carry inside. But hear me, this season of proving is not forever. The fire you walked through was not to destroy you, but to refine you. The trials you endured were not punishment, but preparation. You were not abandoned. You were being equipped. And now, the Lord is saying your strength has been proven. Your faith has been tested, and your season of hidden endurance is turning into a season of revealed glory. Stay with me, because as we go deeper, you will begin to see the patterns, the confirmations, and the signs you may have missed. By the end of this message, you will not only understand why the attacks came, you will see the hand of God that was guiding you through them all along. Chosen one, prepare your heart. The revelation you've been waiting for is about to unfold. Chosen one, hear this clearly. The words I speak over you are not mine alone. I am only a vessel, a messenger carrying the weight of a higher voice. What flows through this moment is not human wisdom, but divine revelation. You are not being entertained, you are being addressed. The one who formed you in the secret place, who counted your days before a single one began, is the one speaking now. There is a stirring in the heavens concerning you. Long before you faced the battles that nearly broke you, God had already seen them. Long before the enemy launched his attacks, God had already measured your strength, and now He is confirming what you may have doubted. In your lowest hours, you are chosen, set apart, and strengthened by His hand. Do not mistake this for a general encouragement. This is not just another message drifting across your timeline. This is a prophetic interruption. God is inserting His voice into your chaos, His clarity into your confusion, His promise into your pain. He has been watching, waiting, and now He is speaking. And when God speaks, everything shifts. Think back to the times you felt alone, the midnight moments when silence pressed against your soul, and you wondered if heaven had turned away. In those moments, He was closer than your breath. The very attacks that seemed like abandonment were actually evidence of His nearness, for He allows His chosen ones to endure the fire, not because He delights in their struggle, but because He is refining them for glory. And today, He is unveiling the truth. What was meant to destroy you has proven you. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. Your life is not a collection of random events. Every trial, every delay, every heartbreak has been woven into a greater design. The hand of God has been steering your course, even when storms raged, even when shadows covered your path. And now the Spirit of the Lord declares it is time to see what was hidden, to understand what was mysterious, to embrace what has been prepared. This word is not a possibility, it is a decree. It carries the authority of heaven. It carries the certainty of God's intention. When He declares something, no opposition can silence it, no enemy can cancel it, no force of darkness can undo it. And He declares today, the test has proven you strong, and the next chapter of your destiny is opening. Chosen one, settle this truth in your heart. The voice you hear now is the same voice that called light out of darkness, the same voice that split seas and raised the dead. That voice is speaking directly to you. Do not harden your heart. Do not dismiss this as chance. Receive it. For in receiving it, you step into alignment with heaven's plan for your life. The stage has been set. The seal has been broken. The revelation is ready. In just a moment, you will hear the prophecy unveiled, the part that will cause your spirit to leap, your eyes to weep, and your faith to rise again. Prepare yourself, for the unveiling is near. Chosen one. The Spirit of the Lord says this: the attacks that came against you were never random. They were orchestrated by the enemy, yes, but allowed by God as the furnace that would reveal what He already placed within you. You asked, why me? Why must I face such pressure, such warfare, such pain? And now heaven answers, because you carry something the enemy fears. Because within you is a treasure so valuable that darkness trembled at your birth. Because your destiny was written before time began. And the test was not to expose your weakness, but to confirm your strength. The prophecy is this: what was meant for harm has become your proving ground. The enemy's assignment against you has expired, and the attacks that once made you tremble will now serve as the evidence of your endurance. God declares, you did not break, you did not quit, you did not die under the weight, and now I will lift you higher. See the image in your spirit, a warrior rising from battlefields, scarred but undefeated. Ashes beneath their feet, yet a crown placed upon their head. That is you. The prophecy reveals that your season of trial was not an accident, but a divine appointment shaping you into a vessel of greater authority. And now, just as gold is revealed through fire, your true strength is shining forth. The prophecy also declares an exchange. The heaviness you have carried is being lifted. The chains that bound you in secret are breaking even now as you hear these words. God is shifting you from endurance into empowerment, from survival into influence, from hiddenness into visibility. The very areas where you were attacked are the very places where His glory will rest. Where you were wounded, healing will overflow. Where you were mocked, honor will be restored. Where you were weakened, strength will abound. But hear this mystery: the attacks were not only about you, they were about silencing the voice you carry, the impact of your destiny, the lives tied to your obedience. Hell knew that if you ever realized your true strength, if you ever stood up again, if you ever believed again, you would become a weapon in God's hand. That is why the pressure was so great, the warfare so heavy, the lies so constant. Yet here you stand, listening to the word of the Lord. And because you endured, the prophecy is released. What was hidden in you will now be revealed through you. The heavens are opening over your life. Doors that were shut are about to swing wide. Opportunities that were delayed are aligning with perfect timing. Relationships that drained you are being replaced with divine connections. You will not walk as one rejected, but as one chosen. You will not stumble in confusion, but rise with clarity. You will not remain in the shadows, but step boldly into the light prepared for you. And this is the final part of the prophecy. You must grasp the very evidence of your survival is proof of your calling. Others may doubt you, question you, dismiss you, but the scars you carry testify louder than any critic. You are living proof that God's hand has been on you all along. And He says, because you endured the test, because you did not surrender in the attack, I now call you victorious. You are my chosen one, and your strength is proven. Chosen one, receive this. The battle was the announcement, the test was the confirmation, and now the prophecy is the declaration. The time has come for you to step fully into who you are. Chosen one, let us look beyond the surface of what happened to you. The attacks you endured were not just struggles in the natural, they were mirrors of greater truths in the spiritual. Every storm, every betrayal, every loss carried a hidden meaning pointing to the reality of your calling. The enemy attacked not your weakness, but your potential. He saw the seed God planted in you, and like a thief prowling in the night, he sought to steal it before it bore fruit. The deeper truth is, these trials are not punishments. They are prophecies in disguise. When you walked through the fire, it was a declaration that you are refined like gold. When the waters tried to overwhelm you, it was proof that you were called to walk on waves. The very intensity of your struggle was proportionate to the greatness of your destiny. For storms do not form over empty seas, they form where treasure lies beneath. Think of the seasons of your life. There were times when doors slammed shut in your face, when opportunities slipped away, when relationships dissolved without explanation. In those moments, you may have thought you were cursed, but in truth, you were being redirected. God does not close doors to punish His chosen ones. He closes doors to protect them from entering places that cannot carry their destiny. A closed door is not rejection, it is divine redirection. And what of the delays? You prayed, you believed, yet answers seemed withheld. The delay was never denial. It was a sacred pause, an appointed waiting room, where your faith was stretched, your endurance built, your character forged. Just as a seed must remain buried before it breaks forth, so you too had to endure hiddenness before emergence. The silence you faced was not abandonment, it was gestation. Chosen one, understand this metaphor. Your life is a journey through seasons. There is the season of planting, the season of watering, the season of pruning, and then the season of harvest. Many mistake pruning for punishment, but pruning is proof that growth is near. Every cutback, every stripping, every loss was heaven's hand preparing you to carry more fruit. You were not being diminished, you were being refined. And the attacks themselves, they were not the final word. They were shadows of a greater light. Just as the darkest night precedes the dawn, your heaviest trials preceded your greatest breakthrough. The enemy only fights what he fears. His intensity against you was a prophetic announcement that something powerful was about to be born. Chosen one, think of journeys. Pilgrims do not find holy ground without crossing deserts. Sailors do not discover new lands without facing storms. Heroes are not crowned without first enduring battles. Your journey has been the same. Every hardship has been a mile marker on the road to destiny. Every tear has watered the soil of your future. Every attack has carved strength into your soul. The spiritual meaning of your test is this: God trusted you with trials because He trusted you with glory. He allowed you to be pressed because He knew oil would flow. He permitted the storm because He knew you would not sink. He allowed the fire because He knew it would not consume you. It would only refine you. So take heart. The heaviness you carried was a holy weight. The battles you fought were sacred assignments. You were not fighting for survival. You were fighting for revelation. And the revelation is now here you are, stronger, deeper, wiser, and more anointed because of what you endured. The test was never about breaking you. It was always about proving you. Chosen one, see your journey for what it truly is: a divine story of resilience woven with threads of pain and glory, shadow and light, trial and triumph. You are living proof that even in the fiercest storm, God's plan cannot be overturned. Chosen one. One of the greatest questions that rises in your heart is this: how do I know this word is truly for me? How do I know heaven has spoken and the Lord in his kindness always provides signs, gentle whispers and visible markers that confirm his voice? As you listen, some of these signs may already be stirring in your spirit, for they are not random occurrences, but divine fingerprints upon your journey. The first sign is the stirring of restlessness. You have felt it deep within, the sense that where you are is not where you will remain. Even when others around you were content to settle, something in your spirit refused to grow comfortable. This restlessness is not frustration. It is divine positioning. God has been unsettling you in familiar places because he is preparing to move you into greater ones. The second sign is the unusual opposition. You noticed how the intensity of your battles seemed disproportionate to your situation. The attacks didn't make sense. The warfare seemed heavier than your current level of influence. This is a sign. Hell always fights the seed of tomorrow, not the fruit of today. The fact that you faced such pressure is evidence of the magnitude of what is coming. The third sign is the sudden clarity of moments. In the middle of confusion, there were brief flashes of revelation, moments when your heart whispered, "This is not the end. Something greater is ahead." These glimpses were not self-made optimism. They were divine echoes, reminders from heaven that the story is still unfolding. The fourth sign is the unexpected provision. Think of the times when you thought you had nothing left, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and yet help came from unexpected places. Someone spoke a timely word. An open door appeared. Strength returned when you thought you couldn't go on. That was no coincidence. It was God's way of saying, "I am still with you." The fifth sign is the recurring confirmation. Perhaps you've noticed a theme, certain words, numbers, or messages that keep appearing. Maybe you see repeated scriptures or phrases that seem to follow you, or patterns that align too perfectly to be chance. These are signs. God often speaks in repetition to ensure his chosen ones recognize his voice. The sixth sign is the shift in your desires. What once attracted you no longer satisfies. The things you used to chase no longer hold the same weight. Your heart longs for deeper meaning, greater purpose, higher calling. This is the Spirit aligning your desires with your destiny. Chosen one, recognize these signs. They are not accidents. They are the Spirit's gentle nods, confirming that you are indeed walking in the rhythm of prophecy. Do not dismiss them as small or ordinary, for the Lord often hides his greatest confirmations in the simplest things. And as these signs continue to unfold, let them strengthen your faith. You are not imagining this. You are chosen. You are marked, and the word of the Lord is manifesting, even now. Chosen one. The path of destiny is not without its obstacles. Even after signs confirm that God's hand is upon you, there are hidden challenges that arise not to destroy you, but to strengthen you further. These are not punishments. They are divine tests, final refinements before fulfillment. You must be aware of them, so when they come, you do not lose heart. The first hidden challenge is isolation. After receiving confirmation, many expect celebration. Yet often God allows a deeper solitude. Friends may drift, voices may quiet, support may seem absent. This is not abandonment, it is elevation. When God takes you higher, not everyone can come with you. The loneliness is proof that he is drawing you closer, separating you from the noise so you can hear his whisper. The second challenge is misunderstanding. Those around you may not see what God is doing in you. They may misinterpret your silence, your vision, your decisions. Some may label your faith as foolishness, Others may question your strength. Do not be shaken by this, for the chosen are rarely understood by the crowd. Jesus himself was misunderstood even by those closest to him. Misunderstanding is not rejection by God, it is confirmation that you are set apart. The third challenge is the return of temptation. Just when you feel you've outgrown certain struggles, old battles may resurface. This is not regression. It is the enemy's last attempt to pull you back into chains you've already been freed from. Recognize this for what it is, recycled warfare. If the devil is showing you old weapons, it's because he has no new ones to use. Stand firm, and you'll see that what once ensnared you no longer has power. The fourth challenge is weariness. After long battles, even when breakthrough is near exhaustion, can cloud your spirit. You may feel too tired to pray, too weary to believe. Remember, this weariness is often a sign that the finish line is closer than you think. Runners feel the heaviest weight right before the race ends. When you feel faint, remind yourself you are nearer to fulfillment than ever before. The fifth challenge is delayed manifestation. Even after the prophecy is spoken, the fullness may not appear instantly. The danger here is discouragement. But understand, this delay is not denial, it is preparation. God aligns circumstances in perfect timing. The delay ensures you are ready, and the blessing will not crush you when it comes. Chosen one, these hidden challenges may appear, but they do not define your end. They are part of the refining process, the final stretch before your unveiling. Do not see them as obstacles to fear, but as evidence that you are on the right path. Every challenge is a signpost. You are advancing, you are closer, you are chosen. So take courage. When isolation comes, see it as intimacy. When misunderstanding comes, see it as confirmation. When temptation rises, see it as proof of your freedom. When weariness weighs you down, see it as a sign the finish line is near. And when delays linger, see them as divine timing. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Chosen one prophecy without instruction can leave you inspired but unprepared. That is why the Lord not only reveals what is to come, but also gives you the steps to align yourself with his plan. These instructions are not burdens, they are sacred invitations into partnership with heaven. They will guide you through the transition from proving to fulfilling, from testing to triumph. 1. Guard your atmosphere. Not every voice deserves access to your spirit in this season. You must be intentional about what should you listen to, who you surround yourself with, and the environments you allow yourself to remain in. Toxic conversations, negative influences, and draining relationships must be released. The enemy works through distraction as much as through direct attack. Guard your atmosphere like a fortress and let peace, prayer, and worship set the tone for your days. 2. Anchor yourself in the Word. The attacks you endured tested your foundation. Now is the time to strengthen it. Do not go a day without feeding on God's Word. Write down scriptures that speak directly to your situation. Declare them out loud. Meditate on them until they become part of your thinking. The Word of God is not just inspiration, it is a weapon. It is your sword in battle, your anchor in storms, your lamp in the dark. 3. Build the altar of prayer. Prayer is not just asking, it is alignment. In prayer, your heart synchronizes with heaven's rhythm. Dedicate time daily, not rushed, not distracted, but intentional. Pour out your heart and then listen. Prayer is dialogue, not monologue. The more you pray, the more sensitive you become to the Spirit's leading and the less power the enemy has to deceive you. 4. Walk in obedience even in small things. Do not wait for the big instruction before you act. Often God tests us with smaller steps before releasing greater ones. If he nudges you to forgive, do it quickly. If he prompts you to give generously. If he whispers for you to move without hesitation. Obedience, even in hidden things, sets the stage for public blessing. 5. Cultivate gratitude daily. The enemy thrives in murmuring and complaint, but he flees where thanksgiving abounds. Begin each day by listing what you are thankful for. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is present. It opens your eyes to blessings you may have overlooked, and it creates an atmosphere for miracles, for God inhabits the praises of his people. 6. Protect your vision. The dreams God gave you may not make sense to others. Do not cast your pearls before those who will trample them. Share your vision only with those who can nurture it, pray for it, and protect it. Guard the seeds of destiny until they are strong enough to withstand the winds of criticism. 7. Prepare practically for the promise. Faith is not passivity. If God has told you that opportunities are coming, prepare for them. If he has spoken increase, position yourself with wisdom. If he has promised influence, cultivate your skills. Noah did not wait for rain to build the ark, he built in advance. Your preparation is proof of your expectation. 8. Rest in his timing. Do not force doors open. Do not rush seasons. Trust that his timing is perfect. When the moment arrives, it will be undeniable, unstoppable, and unmistakable. Your role is not to strive, but to stay ready. Chosen one, these instructions are your blueprint. They are not suggestions, but sacred strategies. Follow them, and you will not only endure the transition, you will thrive in it. For every instruction obeyed is a step closer to the unveiling of what God has promised. The urgency is real, but it is not meant to cause fear. It is meant to awaken focus. The season has shifted. The proving is done. Now is the time to align fully with heaven's call. Rise, obey, prepare, and watch as the hand of God moves mightily in your life. Chosen one, hear this. With peace, you are not walking alone. Even in the fiercest storms, even in the hidden trials, the hand of God has never left you. The same God who allowed the test is the same God who shielded you within it. While the enemy tried to crush you, heaven built walls of fire around you, ensuring that nothing could destroy what was ordained. Picture this, a warrior surrounded not by earthly armor, but by divine light. Arrows may fly, but they fall short. Shadows may approach, but they dissolve at the edge of that glow. This is the reality of your life. You are covered by the blood of Christ, shielded by angelic hosts, and preserved by the hand of your Father. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, not one. The attacks were real, yes. The pain was undeniable. But if you look back closely, you will see evidence of protection woven into every season. You may have lost some things, but you were not lost. You may have been wounded, but you were not destroyed. You may have been shaken, but you were not shattered. That is divine protection. That is grace in action. Assurance comes in this. The same God who kept you before will keep you again. The same Spirit who whispered in the dark will speak in the light. The same angels who stood guard over you in the night are surrounding you now, even as you hear these words. You are not defenseless. You are divinely covered. And understand this, protection is not only physical, it is spiritual, emotional, mental. The Lord shields your mind from despair, your heart from bitterness, your soul from corruption. He knows the weight of your calling, and he ensures that you are preserved for it. That is why even when you thought you couldn't go on, strength returned. Even when depression tried to choke you, joy surfaced from somewhere deeper. Even when fear whispered louder, faith still rose within. These were not your own resources. They were heaven's protection flowing through you. Chosen one, you can rest. You do not have to live in fear of another attack. The one who proved you strong is also the one who holds you secure. You are engraved on the palm of his hand, hidden in the shadow of his wings, guarded as the apple of his eye. The enemy may try, but he cannot touch what God has sealed. So let peace settle over you now. You are not vulnerable, not forgotten, not exposed. You are chosen, shielded, and carried. And as you walk forward, know this divine protection is not leaving you. It is going ahead of you, clearing paths, breaking barriers, and surrounding your every step. Chosen one, everything you have endured has been leading here to a season of transformation so profound that even you will scarcely recognize yourself. The tears, the prayers, the nights of wrestling, the weight of attacks. All of it was preparation for the unveiling of your true identity in God. Transformation begins within. The heaviness that once clung to you is lifting. The chains of doubt, fear, and insecurity are breaking. Where there was confusion, clarity is dawning. Where there was sorrow, joy is bubbling up. The inner landscape of your heart is shifting, making room for peace that surpasses understanding. This is not just emotional relief, it is divine renewal. The old has passed, the new has come. But transformation does not end inwardly, it manifests outwardly. Watch how doors begin to open that were once bolted shut. Opportunities long delayed will suddenly align. Relationships that hindered you will fall away, while those who carry destiny connections will appear. This is the fulfillment of God's promise. He does not refine without reward, nor test without testimony. Fulfillment looks like walking in confidence where you once trembled. It looks like speaking with authority where you once felt silenced. It looks like carrying influence where you once felt overlooked. You will notice that even your presence carries weight. The same strength proven in the fire will now shine as light for others. People will be drawn to the peace you radiate, the wisdom you carry, the resilience that marks you. Chosen one, imagine the fruit of this journey. You who once cried alone will now comfort many. You who once felt abandoned will now walk in divine companionship. You who once questioned your worth will now move in undeniable purpose. The very scars you carry will become testimonies that heal others. Your transformation is not only for you, it is for the lives tied to your obedience and fulfillment. It is the moment when God's promises become visible. It is stepping into the land prepared for you, the role destined for you, the assignment only you can fulfill. It will not come with striving, but with alignment. You will simply find yourself in the right place at the right time, walking into what heaven already ordained. Understand this truth. The attacks were the proof, the challenges were the preparation, but the transformation is the promise. Fulfillment is not far, it is unfolding. Even now, heaven is aligning circumstances, stirring hearts, and orchestrating details. What once seemed delayed is about to manifest swiftly. Chosen one, lift your head. You are not who you were before the test. You are stronger, purer, wiser, more anointed. The transformation is already visible in the way you think, speak, and carry yourself. And soon the fulfillment will be undeniable, not only to you, but to all who watch your life. The word of the Lord seals this. You will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. You will taste the fruit of your labor. You will walk in the promise. And when you do, you will know the test was worth it. The attacks were not wasted, and the prophecy has come to pass. Chosen one, you have heard the word, you have received the revelation, and now it is time to let it settle deep into your spirit. Before we close, I want to give you affirmations, declarations you can repeat whenever doubt, fear, or weariness tries to rise again. These words are weapons and shields, carrying the authority of heaven over your life. Affirmation 1. I am chosen, proven, and protected by God's hand. No matter what the enemy says, no matter how heavy the trial, remind yourself, you are not ordinary. You are marked by heaven, preserved by divine strength, and nothing can remove God's hand from your life. Affirmation 2. The attacks were my test, and I have overcome. Instead of seeing your battles as scars of defeat, declare them as trophies of victory. Every attack was evidence of your worth, and you endured. You stand today as proof that you are stronger than the storm. Affirmation 3. I am aligned with divine timing and destined for fulfillment. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time with heaven's calendar. The prophecy over your life will not fail, and what God promised will be fulfilled in its season. Affirmation 4. My future is secured and my transformation is unstoppable. No fear can hold you back. No shadow can cover your light. You are stepping boldly into the promise, and nothing can reverse what God has spoken. And now receive this blessing. May the Lord surround you with his peace, shielding you from every dart of the enemy. May his voice guide your steps, his light illuminate your path, and his spirit strengthen your heart. May you walk in courage, clothed in wisdom, wrapped in grace. May every closed door reveal itself to have been divine protection, and may every open door lead you closer to your destiny. Chosen one, may you rise from this word with renewed faith, unshakable strength, and unbreakable hope. May your life shine as a testimony of endurance, transformation, and fulfillment. And may the blessing of the Lord rest upon you now and forevermore. Go forth in peace, knowing the prophecy is sealed, the blessing is spoken, and your future is secured.